Hello everybody, welcome to Wizard of Mo Games. My name is Kenny, and today we are starting a new campaign for Dice Throne missions. I went mostly all in on the Kickstarter. I realized I did not get the miniatures, but I got the X-Men, all the X-Men characters, and then I got Dice Throne missions. And so we pulled out one of our favorite X-Men characters from the animated series, Rogue. And then we've got the recommended starting mission. I wanted to go through this just to kind of get you guys used to the mechanics and the new features. I really like Dice Throne Adventures, and this is a pretty big jump away from that. Although I did back Outcasts, Dice Throne Outcasts, which is more of adventures, so I'm excited about that. But this is kind of like a little jump away from that setup, so I kind of wanted to see what it was about and see if I like it. So we're going to do a campaign. The missions come in difficulty levels of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I think what I'm going to do for this series is randomly choose one of each of those difficulty levels and kind of take Rogue through that. I'm going to go over some of the rules up front and then kind of let you go. You know, there's some videos that you can go through and find the full breakdown. So let's start with the board here. So each of the missions has a side where you're trying to accomplish some objective, and then once you accomplish that objective, you flip it over and then fight the boss. In this case, the boss will be Doctor Octopus. The original mission, main objective, says to defeat all 3 thief bots, then move all heroes through the exit. Upon completion, if you fulfill the main objective, distribute 6 health and 3 momentum, and flip this board for the final battle. If your team defeats all henchmen, distribute an additional 6 health and 3 momentum. All right, so similar to Adventures, you kind of, instead of the tiles, or the dungeon tiles, you move around these hexes. In this game, they have adjacent and ranged attacks. So if you're standing next to someone, you're adjacent, you can do your attacks. To do ranged attacks, an ability has to specify its range. Not a Adventures character, or a Dice Throne character. None of the characters that I'm tracking have range. So it's going to come from this allies deck or from some power-up tokens and things like that. All right. So another difference is all the enemies are on the board and they tell you their stats basically, right? So all the crab bots have 12 health and they have the same list of abilities. All the thief bots have 11 health and all the same abilities. Unlike before where you would roll the dice 3 times to get the combination, here you just roll it 1 time, and then if enemies have multiple effects, you go from left to right to see which one can be activated with the dice that were rolled. All right. Since I don't have the miniatures, I just pulled out a green meeple to represent Rogue. And I'm just going to go left to right here. So this is the crisis clock. So at the end of every round, we're going to move this to the right based on the number of players. And every space it passes on its way to that spot, we're going to execute those abilities. Since we're playing solo, we're just going to tick it once. And basically, they just kind of slow you down, activate some of the enemies, things like that. All right. On the board here, we've got 1, 2, 3 of those crab bots, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 of those thief bots. And the main objective is to defeat the thief bots. If we do defeat the crabs, we gain some additional health, but we're probably just going to run through and defeat them all. So each crab bot is 12 HP. So what they did was there is a number heart token for each and every single number. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so forth. I think you can see that pretty good. Yeah. I wasn't sure how that was going to work, but when I kind of like test played it to see how the components were, it's actually really easy because once I do like 6 damage and I do the math, I don't have to like add up all the tokens. There's probably a straight number in here that I can just pull out, right? So thought that was pretty cool. Now that I think about it, I don't see a boss health tile. Oh, it's up here. Okay. So 12, 12 for Crabbot. Let's go ahead and drop those out. And then the thief bots have 11. Thief bots have 11. I'm missing one. There he is. 11, 11. All right. That takes care of them. All these spaces with the little white like damage symbol or whatever that is, they get these hexes. And I'm just going to go ahead and flip them over now. Normally you would put them all face down and then flip them over. There's no reason for me to do that. They are basically bonuses. And so if you end your space in one of them, you get to pick up that token. And keyword is end your space. So even if you pass through them, you don't get them. Big reason could be that you can move as far as you want this game, which is very similar or exactly like Adventures, right? So there's no movement value for any of the characters. You just move as far as you want to the space you want. All right. And then we can see the exit here on the side. So this is important because, you know, in Dice Throne, you have your upkeep phase, main phase, etc. You can still do all those before you get to the exit. So if I beat everybody and I want to, I don't know, redraw new cards or use some healing ability, I can still go through the normal phases, then get to the exit and leave. All right. So let's look at our Crabbot, 12 health. If we roll 3 of those, look like orange slashes, they'll do a multi-strike melee, so they'll basically hit everybody around them and deal 4 damage. Their crisis ability, deal 2 collateral damage to all heroes. So that seems to be anywhere. And this is the crisis track. So once it gets to this slot here, if I'm adjacent, they're going to do 2 collateral damage to me. The thief bot has 2 slashes and what looks like a swirl, a spiky swirl. They also have multi-strike, so they'll hit everybody around them, melee. They'll inflict burn, and then they'll deal 2 undefendable damage. All right, and their crisis ability is they gain a shield. So the shields, when I was looking at the Kickstarter, I was worried about how these were going to work, but they're just all 3. And basically, if you do any amount of damage, the shield's going to absorb it all, and the shield will go away. So if they have 3 shield and I deal 1 damage to it, the shield goes away. So really easy, really straightforward. This basically feels like a much streamlined, quicker version or alternative to Adventures. All right. Then we have this laser over here in the corner. Unstoppable threat. We can't attack it. We can't do anything to it. But when we're rolling for the enemies, if we roll the yellow, it looks like a die symbol and triangle, this will activate. Multi-strike range, so it'll hit us wherever we are. 2 undefendable damage. And then the passive says this enemy cannot be damaged in any way or inflicted with status effects. Pretty cool. All right, next thing we have is allies. So allies are new, and basically you use a new currency called momentum. And this is our momentum track right here, and this is our momentum cheat sheet right here. So at level 1, there's actually a level 2 action list as well. At level 1, using momentum, we can recruit an ally during our main phase. The cost is in the top right-hand corner of that ally. All right. We can also, for 1 momentum, gain range. So we can take our attack when we do our attack rolls. Actually, I guess it would have to be before. To activate an attack or defense ability against a non-adjacent enemy, you must gain range. An attack and an offensive ability that deals 1 non-collateral damage to an opponent. So we can basically just spend a momentum to make our attack ranged, and we can hit somebody at a distance. All right. Some weird things on my token there. So that's momentum. We gain momentum on the board. There's like 3 momentum there, 1 there, 1 there. I'll get to rogue here in a second. And then here are the current allies, and they're all different. Some will add attacks, some will give you health bonuses. They're all kind of like different. So for example, we have vision. Vision actually triggers off your dice rolls. So if you set your dice, or what's the word I'm looking for? If you accept your dice and they have 3 5s in it, you can activate Vision. He'll do a ranged attack, remove 1 positive status effect token from the targeted opponent, deal 7 damage. And then you can do an exhaust. Remove 2 additional positive status effect tokens from the opponent, then heal 2 for each token removed in this way. So Vision has what's called an exhaust plus, or plus exhaust, which means I have to activate his first ability before I can get the additional exhaust. The others that just have an exhaust, you can activate them at any time, and those allies, for all exhausted allies, they're discarded. All right, we got Domino, Miss Lucky here. Once per round during your roll phase, spend 1 momentum. Reroll up to 2 of your dice. Very nice. May choose the same dice twice. Plus exhaust, gain shield. Reroll up to 4 of your dice instead. Okay. So I can discard Domino to gain a shield of 3, and then I could reroll 4 of my dice instead. Then we've got Colossus. During your defensive roll, Defense Kicker. Once per round, when you activate a defensive ability, if your dice show 2 of a kind symbols, prevent 2 damage. And I can exhaust him during that to prevent 6 additional incoming damage instead. So we're going to kind of want to use our allies, let them go do their own thing, pick up new allies as we go along the way. So, of course, Marvel and X-Men is a very cooperative team type spirit. So I think the allies really complements that very well. All right. That is momentum. There is a level 2 momentum. We're not there yet, so we're not going to go over that quite. Everything else is pretty much the same. So let's look at our mission setup. Well, before I do that, let me talk about Rogue. So very new to Rogue. If you've seen my other playthroughs, I really like the Ninja and the Vampire Lord. I almost wanted to take them through this one, but I'm like, you know what? This is X-Men focus, Marvel characters. I do love Rogue. Let's try the X-Men characters, right? So she's got a bunch of abilities here. I'm going to kind of just go over them while I'm playing. Instead of sitting here and reading all of them. As I roll the dice, I'll say, hey, I could activate this if I get this, and so forth, right? The important one, though, is her passive, Ionic Drive. Whenever damage is successfully dealt to you from an attack, gain Ionic Energy. On 6 or less damage, gain Ionic Energy 1. On 7 or more damage, gain Ionic Energy 2. And then these things boost damage, so I can discard up to 2 of the tokens to add to my attack. I could also pay 1 CP to spend up to 4 tokens this turn. Now, the key thing to remember with her Ionic Drive is it doesn't add up. So if I have a 1 and I gain another 1, I don't flip that 1 to a 2. I actually just have 2 1 tokens. So that's going to be really important as we try to get our tokens in order here. Now, she has a influence ability which would make another player roll 1 less during their offensive roll phase. Well, for the enemies, they only roll once, so that's not going to do much. So the rules say if there's any ability that can't be applied to the enemies, then you can just gain momentum. So anytime we would gain, we would put an influence token on somebody, we can just gain momentum instead. And then we have Skyward. When attacked, we can roll to prevent and or deal damage back to our attacker. All right, so that's kind of like Rogue's flying ability there. All right, what else we got here? Okay, let's see here. So mission setup, start with health based on number of heroes. We're 1 player, so 45 health. Got it. Start with 2 CP, 4 cards. We got 2 CP. We'll draw 4 cards in a minute. Correct level momentum card and 0 momentum. Oh, we start with 0 momentum. All right. All right. Choose a mission. Got it. Deal 3 allies face up. Got it. Create enemy dice pool. 2 red dice plus dice based on the number of players. So since we're 1 player, that's 2 black dice. So we got our 2 reds and 2 black here. All right. Place your pawn near the map so you don't actually start on the entry space, but that'll be the first space you move on to. Crisis clock straight up, then roll a die and advance the token clockwise. Okay, this is to randomize its starting position. So let's go ahead and roll one of these black dice. So 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's where it's going to start. That does not activate right now. And then if you have the boss setup, we would go through the boss rules. Place random boost tiles. That's what those tokens up here are that we put down. Those are boost tiles. And flip them face up. Perform any scenario-specific setup instructions. I did not see anything here. All right. Apply any unlocked perks. We don't have that yet. And then side 2, perform steps 7 to 11 above. Okay. Turn phases, not too much different from adventures or a normal dice thrown match, except you're going to start with movement. Again, you can go as far as you want. The boss will have special rules with their boost tokens. I'll go over that when we get to the boss fight. Hero Part 1. Hero does the following simultaneously. So if we were multiplayer, we do all this together. Upkeep phase, income phase, which will skip the income phase the first turn. Main phase 1, offensive roll phase. Then we'll do target and resolve. Then we'll do our second main phase. And then the henchman will go. Roll enemy dice once. Resolve enemy attacks. Heroes perform defensive rolls if they apply. And then advance the crisis clock. Awesome. I kind of went a little fast there. But again, I'm going to go through it all. You're going to see it's very straightforward, very simple. Am I missing anything? Let's see here. Tutorial mission. Ock knocks knock. Mission run. Doc Ock is robbing Fort Knox. Tongue twister there. The Sinister Six has run light on funds. The 8-armed crook won't let pesky Lowe's stand in his way. Get past his bots and make it to the vault before he escapes. All right. So let's draw those 4 cards. Like we said. Oh, pretty good. So it looks like I've got So Wild. I can change the value of any one die for 2 CP. What status effects? I can remove all status effects from a player or a chosen player for 2 CP. Then I've got 2 upgrades. So I can upgrade my absorption, which is my small and large straight, and it seems to basically give me 1 additional influence. Okay. Or I can also upgrade my Skybound. Gain 2 CP and Skyward. Where's Skybound? This Skybound. So it actually gives me a whole other ability to the cloud, which gives me more CP and deals 9 damage. Change the value of any one die. See, I've got a CP that I'm probably going to pick up on the way. Well, we actually move first, so let's do that. So we're going to go entry, boom. We gain 1 CP. Let's go ahead and do that. Then our turn upkeep, but we skip income phase for the first turn. We are going to spend 2 CP to put down Skybound, give us that extra option. Hopefully we can gain more CP and be able to upgrade absorption later. All right, so now we go to, that's all we can afford really. So now we're going to go to our roll phase. Remember, we can roll up to 3 times. Select ability to activate and go to town on them. I could have moved here instead, skipped that space, not picked up the CP, got an extra card, but then I'd be next to 2 of them. I can only do 1 attack, so I'd be taking 3 damage. We don't want to take 3 damage. All right, I'm a little new to Rogue, so bear with me while I kind of look at her abilities. Let's see, I can do the Brawl, 3 hands for 4 damage. I can basically throw hands, right? Again, I like this Skybound to gain the CP, so I really want 6s, which I don't have. I have 1 actually. 1 6 and 1 5. If I can get a couple more of those, I can do some work here. There's 1 more. Oh man, it'd be really embarrassing if I don't activate any ability. Okay, well, I got 4 5 6, which is not going to give me anything. But I do have 1 hands and 3 flights, which is leech. Not exactly the best thing here. So gain ionic energy 1. So we'll put that there. Roll 1 die. On hand, steal 2 health. On flight, steal 3 health and gain ionic energy 1. On 6, steal 4 health and gain ionic energy 1. You may spend 1 CP to increase the value of this die by 1. So I roll the 6 and see if I roll another 6. I rolled a 1. So increasing it isn't going to do anything because it'll still be the same symbol. So I'm just going to steal 2 health. That is weak. Not a great start. We can go 10 above our starting health. That's why I was able to do that. I could spend... No, I don't think I can boost. It's not an attack. It doesn't do damage. Yeah, ionic energy boosts damage. So, okay. Well, that is it. Main phase 2, I've got no cards to play, so that is the end of my turn. So now we go to the enemies. They're going to roll this once. Alright, we're going to try to put them in order here. Make sure you guys can see that. So Crabbot's not going to do anything, but Thiefbot will. Looks like they're going to hit us. They're not going to hit us because we are not in range of them. So that is it. And the laser doesn't activate. So now we are going to go ahead and move the crisis clock 1. We get to move. I think we're going to stay there. We kind of had a poor first turn, not a great showing. Now we go to income phase. Gain 1 CP, draw a card. We picked up same Z. We can change the value of one of our dice to match another. It only costs 1 CP. Awesome. I think we're just going to leave what we got so we can use So Wild in case we don't roll good again. We're going to roll better. So, I say that. This isn't exactly better. I do like... I'm going to keep the 4 and the 5. I'm going to re-roll. Alright, well, I'm going to keep the 3. Okay, well, we are not doing great. I can change the value of any 2 dice. Oh, of any 1 die. Okay. I don't think it's worth it here. I did get 3 of a kind. So I can deal 4 damage and then gain 1 CP because they match. That's really it. They don't have defenses. That's one of the changes. A lot of the enemies in Dice Tournament Adventures had defense rolls you had to do. These guys don't. The boss will have like a defense option here that always triggers. So, alright. So let's go ahead and do Brawl. We'll deal 4 damage. We'll discard Ionic Energy to add 1 more to it. So we will deal 5 damage. So see, I just take this 10 out. And I put a 5 there. Really easy. And then I gain 1 CP. Okay. I'm not going to do anything else. Still have 0 momentum. Enemy turn. Okay, now everybody's going to activate, but not the laser. So the Crabbot will. Thiefbot is still out of range. So Crabbot's going to hit us for 4. So we got a defensive roll called Duplicate, where we can roll 4 dice. For every 2 hands, we'll deal 1 damage back. For every 2 flights, we'll prevent 2 damage. And for every 2 6s, we'll gain Skyward and Ionic Energy. And then we could spend that Skyward right away, too. Let's see what we get. Alright, there we go. Little shake there. So we'll deal 1 damage back to him. So he's going to be 4. Down to 4. And then we gain Skyward and 1 ionic energy. All right. We're going to spend that Skyward, and we're going to have a roll-off. So if our outcome is greater than theirs, we'll deal 3 damage back to them. If it's equal, we'll prevent 4 incoming damage. We can pay 1 CP to reroll as many times as we want. As many times as we have CP. So we are below them, so we will CP to reroll. I don't think I want to do that. My CP is pretty important right now. We haven't really gained a whole lot here recently. And he's only dealing 4 damage. So we'll take the 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're down to 43. And then I believe that is it for them. All right. Crisis goes up. They're going to do 2 collateral damage to us. We cannot defend against collateral damage. It's also outside of a roll phase. So I can see why they made it collateral damage. All right. Back to us. We are sucking pretty bad right now. Let's gain 1 CP. We've had like 2 terrible turns. Helping Hand. Select one of your opponent's dice and force him to re-roll it. Okay. Now we've finally got quite a bit of CP and we've got a handful of cards. So what I'm going to do is spend 2 CP and I'm going to upgrade my absorption. I will say one thing I like about this board over Adventures is I can kind of choose where I want to stop and pick up the rewards. Where in Adventures you had to defeat an enemy and you had to roll that D20 and hope you got something good out of it. So I do like this change as far as these tokens are concerned. All right, now we move. Well, we already skipped all that. We're not moving. We did our phase. We did our main 1 phase. Let's go ahead and roll. Seem to just be rolling these flights. I'm just going to re-roll everything. Like I'm rolling nothing but these flights. Okay, that's good. That's already looking like Skybound. Let's see if we can get one more. Now would be a good time to get the 4 and the 5. Of course not. Of course not. Let's see, gain 2 CP, deal 8 damage, or... we would just get the CP back. So let's go ahead and spend 1 CP to play samesies. We'll change this die to a 5. That will give us To the Clouds. To the Clouds, say, gain 3 CP. That takes us up to 4. Gain Skyward. And then deal 9 damage. Oh, man. That's overkill. Way overkill. I'm wondering, should I have spent that? Because then I would have just done 8 damage. Let me not. Let me go back to the 2. Let me not do all that. Leave this, whatever it was. Keep samesies. We're still going to gain Skyward, so we're going to gain 2 CP, so we'll still be at 4. Gain Skyward, and we're going to do 8 damage, which will take them out. Yeah, we were just overkilling there. We gain 1 of these. Now that's a space we can move over, and it says we gain 2 momentum. There we go. And that's kind of what I needed, the 2 momentum. I don't need Colossus. Vision is all status effects. I don't need that. Domino. Reroll up to 2 of your dice by spending 1 momentum. Let me wait till I get a little bit more momentum, because right now I would basically spend all the momentum I have to get a character I can't use. Except Colossus. I could use Colossus. All right, main phase 2. I've got 4 CP, but all of my cards affect dice rolls for the most part. So we're not going to do anything with that. Move my board down just a little bit. And now we go to the enemy phase. So we're going to be out of range of all of them. So I'm not even going to roll for them. Yeah, because they don't have anything additional. Oh yeah, I got to roll for the laser. If I get that 6, it'll hit me for 2. I did not get it. Awesome. I'm not the only one having trouble with my rolls. Crisis clock goes up to nothing. And now we're back to us. Let's see, do I draw the card or do I gain the 1 momentum? Or do I gain the 3 momentum? Let's do that. Now we can go through that space. We'll go up here and gain 3 momentum, taking us up to 5. All right, now we're going to spend 2 of it to gain Colossus as an ally. Let's see here. Just put him right here. See him pretty good? Yeah. So now we got Colossus for defense. Once per round, when you activate a defensive ability, if your dice show 2 of a kind symbols, prevent 2 damage. Awesome. And we're rolling 4 dice for our defense, so pretty good. Now we're going to go to our main roll phase. Hold on. I keep skipping things here. So I gain 1 CP, and I draw a card. Remember, if I have more than 6 cards, then I gotta start discarding things. All right. Oh, I got Vegas, baby. Might as well. Roll a die, gain half the value, rounded up as CP. 3, so we gain 2 CP off of that. We are up to 7 combat points. Very nice. We are not going to be shy about using them. All right. We at least got these 2. That again. Oh, yes. So I got what I wanted, which is to the clouds. We're going to gain 3 CP. That'll take us up to 10. Gain Skyward. So we gain another one of those. We're going to deal 9 damage. They've got 12. So we're going to go ahead and pop this to make it 11. I mean 10. Do I really need to do that? Yeah, might as well. So 9, that's 10 damage to this crab bot. I don't have any other boosts. Nope, just rerolls, and status effects. Okay. And Colossus's defense, he doesn't attack or deal damage. So pretty good. Now we're ramping up. So let's go to the enemy main phase 2. We don't have anything that we want to spend our CP on. So let's go to main phase 2, enemies. Our main phase 2, end our turn, then enemies. Okay, the crab bot will attack. Technically, the thief bot activates 2, but we're too far away. So crab bot is going to hit us, or is going to attack us for 4 damage. So we get to roll 4 of these. Oh, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Your dice show 2 of a kind symbols. All right, we definitely got that. So that's 2 defense there. And then for, yeah, there's no point in doing that. He's only got 2 left. I'm going to use samesies to just take him out. Oh, I have Skyward. Okay. Shoot. Should I just save the Skyward? I think samesies is more important than Skyward. So let's keep what we got. So we're going to block 2 of it, and we're going to deal 1 back to him. But we're also going to use Skyward, because if our roll is higher, we can do 3 damage to him. Our roll is higher, so that's 3. That'll take him out. We still take the damage, which will be 2. So he attacked us for 4. Colossus blocked 2 of it. and then we dealt 4 damage back to him. So we're going to take 2. 1, 2, down to 39, and the 4 back to him will take him out. So we need to get another 2 momentum, another space to traverse. 5 momentum. All right. Okay, and so that was the enemy's turn. No laser. Crisis clock. So it looks like thief bots are all going to gain a shield. I unfortunately could not get to them fast enough and take them all out. Honestly, that never would have happened. All right, so now we are back to the top of the round. I get to move first. I'm going to skip all of these, and I'm just going to go get this 4 health right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're up to 43. Gain 1 CP. Draw a card. Brawl 2. We have so much CP. Let's just go ahead and do it. 1, 2 CP. Upgrade our Brawl, which seems to just do... See, the damage is the same. Oh, it's got an extra ability. We'll inflict influence on Brawl if we get the 3 of a kind. And then we have this Mind over Matter now, which will inflict influence and deal damage. So, very nice. All right, that is it for that. Let's go into our roll phase, see if we can take this thief bot out. See, I got 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to keep that at least. See if we can roll a 2 in 2 rolls. There it is. There it is. So now we got the large straight. Inflict 3 influence, which will basically be 3 momentum for us. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to deal 9 damage. So his shield's going to absorb 3 of it. And then 6 out of the 11 will leave him with 5. All right. That was pretty sweet. Unfortunately, we can only have 1 ally. But, oh wait, we're supposed to replace this ally too. Running out of space here. I'm trying to see where I can shift things around. Here's what we'll do. Let's have the allies down this column. And then we'll put our ally right there. There we go. Hopefully nobody gets confused and think that's part of the stack. Jeff, recruit, gain a shield. Okay, cost 1. Once per round during roll phase, spend 1 momentum, add 2 damage, attack modifier. We can exhaust him when using that ability to add 2 damage, attack modifier. So we can add additional. Wow, that seems better than Colossus's defense right now. I like Colossus's defense, but if we can just do more damage. You got plenty of momentum. What's about to happen? Oh, they're about to attack. I guess I'll use Colossus. I'll wait. I mean, obviously it's not my turn. I can do it during main phase too, but we're going to wait. We'll let them go first. See if Colossus can block some additional damage. Oh, the laser's going to activate, and so is the bot. So a lot of pain coming this way. So they're going to inflict burn and deal undefendable damage. So that's 2 undefendable damage. Yep. 1, 2, and then the laser's going to hit us for 2. 1, 2. We're down to 39. Burn. Negative status effect, the player afflicted with this token is dealt 2 undefendable damage during their upkeep phase, and it's persistent, which means it's going to stick around till we get rid of it. Wonderful. And because they were collateral damage, undefendable damage, we couldn't activate our defensive ability, which means we couldn't use Colossus anyways. All right. Crisis Clock moves to an empty space. And now we are up to our move. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to this side of him. Gain 3 health. 1, 2, 3. That takes us up to 42. We are going to discard Colossus and spend 1 momentum to pick up Jeff. All right, he's going to replace Jeff with Archangel, who says if we roll basically a full house, he has range. Oh, we gain range, we gain flight. No, he has range. We gain flight, deal 6 damage. If we exhaust him during that, gain an additional flight and inflict poison. Okay. Gain 1 CP, draw 1 card. We got Sweet Tea. For 1 CP, we can gain Ionic Energy 2. You may spend up to 4 Ionic Energy this turn, because normally you can only spend 2. I skipped the upkeep phase. That burn is going to deal 2 to us. 1, 2. Rogue does not have any built-in get rid of status effects. And I think it's a stack limit of 1. Yeah. So I don't want to use remove all status effects just yet. All right, let's go ahead and take out this guy. The thief bot. Oh, is that a new ability? Yes, it is. Mind over matter. All right, let's just activate that because he's only got 5 HP. Inflict influence, so that's 1 momentum for us. And then we're going to deal 7 damage and take him out. All right, so another one of these comes down. And we're going to gain 2 momentum, taking us up to 10. All right, main phase 2, we don't have anything we want to do. So let's go ahead and roll for the enemies. Nobody's adjacent to us, so we're really just looking for the laser. And the laser will activate. Hit us for 2 collateral damage. Taking us down to 38. All right, now it's back to our movement. I can gain a CP or I can gain 2 cards. I think I'm going to end up in between those guys. I've got enough CP. We're just going to move all the way up here and gain 2 cards. 1, 2. And then during our upkeep phase, we're going to take 2 damage. 1, 2, down to 36. We're going to gain 1 CP. And we're going to draw a card for turn. All right, we've got a lot of cards, which means we're going to end up throwing some away. So instead of doing that, let's go ahead and spend 2 CP to get rid of this burn, which I didn't want to do because I'm worried that they're just going to put it back on me. I didn't move the crisis clock, so they're going to hit us for 2 collateral damage, taking us down to 34. Where's that burn token? Burn is gone. What else have I got here? Play this card after Skyward token has been resolved to double its effect. Okay. Select one of your opponent's dice, reroll, change the value of any 1 die. Okay, so we have a lot of dice manipulation. We got 7 cards, so maybe we'll be able to use 1 during our attack. I really want to take this guy out in 1 swing. Although we have no ionic energy to boost our attack. Let's see if we can get a straight. We're not close to getting a straight. Let's hang on to these two and see if we can roll some sixes. Well, we got 4, 5, 6. So I should probably just keep that. Do I have samesies still? I do. I'm thinking I could do To the Clouds. I don't need more CP. Oh, Influential would be nice, but I only have 1, 6. That would be 6 undefendable damage, but he's got 13, 14. I don't have anything that can deal that much damage. I could always just reroll and try to steal health. Let's do that. Well, we did get another 6. So we did get To the Clouds, or we can do Skybound, but To the Clouds is just a better version of it. So let's roll with that. We'll gain 3 CP, taking us up to 12. Gain Skyward, and then we're going to deal 9 damage. We're also going to spend 1 momentum with Jeff to add 2 to that and make it 11. Oh, and we recruit, we gain a shield. Forgot about that. That wouldn't have prevented any of the collateral damage, so. So that is 11 damage. This will block 3 of it, so 8 left. 8 from 11 will leave 3. It's a shame he survived with 3 health. See, I could have gotten rid of Jeff if he had 2 health left to do +2 again, but it wouldn't have killed him, and there's no point. No reason, I should say, to do that. I think that's it. Oh, wait, I got a lot of cards here. I got 7, which means I have to get rid of 1. Let me get rid of Sugar. Because it says change the value of 1 die that was rolled as a result of Influence or Skyward. Well, we don't get Influence. And then we have another card that doubles the effect of Skyward. Doesn't exactly change it. But that's probably the least best die card we got. So we get rid of it, we gain 1 CP. Alright. Enemies. Now, unfortunately, we are next to 2 of them. And good, the Crabbot's not going to activate, the Laser's not going to activate, but this guy's going to put Burn on us again. Which is what my concern was about getting rid of it in the first place. And then it's 2 undefendable damage. So our shield is not going to block it. 1, 2. Alright. So that's it for them. Crisis Clock moves up. We lose 1 CP. Now we go back to the top of the round. We're not going to move. We're going to stay there. Do I target an enemy first before I roll? No, you roll first and then you target your enemy. We'll see whether we want to take out the crab bot or take out the thief bot there. What were they doing? So I'm not moving. I'm going to take 2 damage from the burn down to 30. I'm going to gain 1 CP. I'm going to draw 1 card, which is Transference. Transfer 1 status effect token from a chosen player to another chosen player. So we can give somebody this burn. Maybe we should save it for Doctor Octopus. I think that burn will go with us. We'll give it to him. He can have it. Let's go ahead and do our roll. Oh, we got 3 6s. Better believe we're going for the ultimate. Oh, there's the 4/6. Be natural? Nope. Not a natural ultimate. We got samesies. Well, we can just do 4. That'll only do 6 undefendable damage. If we go with the ultimate, we'll do 11 undefendable damage. And then we can add... Actually, just the 11 will take out... Oh no, he's got 12. Yeah, and then we can add Jeff. Just take out the crab bot in one shot. If we do the influential, we'll gain 2 influence. That'll give us more momentum, but we're good with that. 6 undefendable damage. We could take out this thief bot, but really the thief bot doesn't do that much damage. We just can't block his damage. Yeah. And then actually we'll get that CP back. I'm less worried about the CP, more worried about spending the samesies. So let's do samesies. Turn this to a 6. And we are going to do high altitude. Gain 1 CP. Gain 2 skyward. We're already at our stack limit. Inflict 3 influence. That takes us up to 12 momentum. Deal 11 damage. We are going to spend 1 momentum to have Jeff add 2 to that, and that will take out the crab. We one-shot the crab, and then we're going to get 2 momentum back. Awesome. Yeah, see, there's no real way to multi-strike, multi-attack here. This could be pretty cool if we had Pyromancer, because they have a lot of collateral damage. So it'd be interesting to take them through this missions, because in adventure you're always only fighting one enemy. So Pyromancer seems pretty cool when he's fighting a bunch of others, if it's like free-for-all or teams. But in this one, since you can be adjacent to multiple people, it'd be pretty cool to take Pyromancer through this. All right, that is it. That was an ultimate one shot to the crab. So we just flew high into the air and just like landed straight on it and destroyed it. So now we go to the enemy turn. There's main phase 2. I don't think we have anything. And we had to use a card to get down to 6. So don't forget, we can reroll some of their dice. Okay. It's actually not bad. So Thief Bot is not going to activate. There's no more Crab Bots. They're not going to activate anyway. So we'll just take 2 collateral from the laser. Which again, our shield does not block. So our shield is going to be useless because Thief Bot is the last one left. And his damage is collateral. Now, unfortunately, when this thing moves, we have to discard a card. We're just going to get rid of Try again. All right, top of the round. Oh, we still got this guy next to us, so we're not going to move. I 100% forgot about him sitting there. Okay. We're going to stay there. We're going to gain 1 CP. We're going to draw a card. Triple up, draw 3 cards. I think we're good on cards, so that'll probably be a toss, a card to toss if the time comes. Let's just roll. Whatever we get should be enough to take out this guy. Yep, I think even these, it does 4 damage, so. We'll just do Brawl, hit him with the 4 damage, take him out. Grab one of these, put it here, gain 2 momentum. We're up to 15 momentum, which is the maximum. All right. Let's see here. Looking at Archangel, I think if we activated his ability, that would be our ability for the turn. It's not on top of ours. It would be one of the abilities we can select. Okay. See, I don't want to draw 3 cards because I would have to discard a lot. But I have 6 cards now, so we don't have to get rid of anything. Oh, because the crisis clock made us get rid of one. All right, enemy roll. No laser, awesome. And the bot is not in range. So no damage there. Crisis clock moves, doesn't do anything to us. That was a good turn or round. So let's move up here, gain 1 momentum. We're at max. So actually we're gonna, yeah, it doesn't matter because we're not gonna stick around. We need to take this guy out. Gain 1 CP, draw a card. Head in the clouds, gain skyward and ionic energy 2. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. We got 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, this bot has 14 HP. Let's see if we can roll that 2 again. We did. That's twice. That's twice we did that. Inflict influence 3. Let's see. Since we can do this attack modifier, we'll spend 1 to add 2. Can we just take him out? Yeah, let's just take him out. How are we going to do that? So we'll spend 1 here to add 2 damage to it. Man, I don't want to exhaust him to do 4 damage. Plus the 9, that would be 13. Let me see here. I have a bunch of cards that I'm just not using. I can do Sweet Tea, gain ionic energy 2. Then 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 plus the 2 is 13. I'm just short like 1 damage. You know what? I have not been getting ionic energy when I've been attacked. That explains why I don't have a lot of damage. I'm going to just drop 2 of them on me. I haven't taken more than 7. They've all been 6 or less. I should have been gaining ionic energy every single time. I did not take my 2 burn damage. Down to 26. Yeah, that hurts. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to spend 2 CP to do Sweet Tea. Gain a 2 ionic energy. And this time we can spend up to 4 in ionic energy. So we don't need to get rid of Jeff. All right, we're going to do the 9 plus the 2, that's 11, plus the 2 of Jeff, that's 14, or 13, and then plus this 1, that is 14. That is enough to take this guy out. Yeah, so sorry guys, I have not been stacking up my ionic energy from damage taken from an attack. And that's when the when the thief bots have been hitting us. All right, main phase 2. I've got 6 cards. I'm happy with that. We're probably going to take that burn 1 more time before we transfer it to Doc Ock, right? So that is the first mission objective complete. We took out everybody, even though we only need to take out the thief bots. But that means we're going to get 12 health back and 6 momentum. So we are max on momentum and we're going to gain 12 health, taking us up to 25. That is CP. I believe was 13. 38. All right. And we still got the 3 shield. So all of these current tiles will go away. All of these defeated tiles will go away. Enemy defeated. Oh, shoot. So actually, we do have to take No, because we move first before we get to upkeep, and if we do that, we don't go through our turn. So I'm not going to take that burn damage. All right, then this board is going to flip. Yes, this is a trifold board that's got some creases in it. I ordered some glass after some folks, made an interesting discovery online that you can use that, but they did not come in. I thought they were going to get in today. That's why I was waiting to do the record. They did not, so we'll just have to wait on that. All right, so let's see what this looks like. So it says, side 2, perform steps 7 to 11 from above, ignoring step 12. So 7, place your pawn near the map. Near the map. Okay. Point clock, crisis clock up, roll to randomize it. Starting position, like a 6, so we're going to start way down here. All right. Place random boost tiles on each space with the boost symbol. So let's start on the left. Actually, we'll start in numerical order here. There's 1. There's 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Lots of health. Perform any scenario-specific setup. So this says, boss fight. You catch Doc Ock with his tentacles full of gold. Well, this is awkward, he mutters. I guess I'll have to destroy you. So he's going to start with 30 health, plus 15 per hero. So that is 45 health. All right, we're going to put that right on his chest. That looks like his hero symbol is his health. Or villain symbol, I guess. Goal, reduce Doc Ock to 0 health. Upon completion, you win. Doc Ock is captured and the nation's treasures are returned. For his crisis abilities, the green shield. Roll 1 die per hero, gain shield for each slash rolled. Okay. Recover, gain shield, remove 2 random negative status effect tokens from yourself. It says yourself. I'm not sure if that means Doc Ock or me. It's probably for him, because Trauma 8 says roll a die per hero, heal 3 for each slash rolled. Grapple, inflict entangle on all heroes. And then the red one is at the top. Each hero receives collateral damage equal to 1 times the number of negative status effect tokens they are inflicted with. Oh, and all of his crit stuff inflicts status effects. Or 2 of them do anyways. All right. So here's what's a little different about this guy. When we roll these red dice, they have numbers on them. 1 through 6. Based on the 2 numbers that roll up, even if they're matching, we'll put that many, we'll put a boost token per number. So if I roll a 2 and a 3, I'll put a boost token here under 2 and 1 under 3. If we move and land on that space, we'll collect the face-up ones. The face-down ones were stood on our board until after Doctor Octopus's attack phase. Because his attack phase says he's going to deal damage, he'll deal his crit damage to anybody that has these boost tokens face down or is standing on a boost token face down. So that's the only real difference. He's got 3 abilities and then he's got a defense, which he'll just deal 1 damage to us. Okay, so it looks like I can come in on whatever space I want. So I think I'm going to jump in on this 5 and gain 5 health. Oops, seems pretty straightforward there. Did I knock the board off? No. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 43 versus 45. I guess I'm technically 46. All right. Now we move, so upkeep. All right, I am going to take this shield off. I'm going to take 2, 1, 2 from the burn. So he has something that gets rid of it, which is his recover. which is going to be a while before he gets to that again. So we're going to get a CP and draw a card. Influential 2. Oh, let's go ahead and upgrade that. We're on main phase now. Let's spend 2 to upgrade this, which gives us an additional ability. Reciprocate. So now if we roll 3 6s, we can gain Ionic Energy 2. It doesn't do any damage though. Then we're going to spend 2 CP to do Transference. And we're going to give him this burn. Now, unfortunately, we still have like, let's go over here. He still can put more status effect on us if we're standing on these boost tokens. So we're not rid of it forever. All right. We got 5 cards. We got dice manipulation. Let's go. And we got Jeff. And remember, when we take damage, we get Ionic Energy. So I got 5, 6. I'm going to keep that. And then I got 3 3s. I could try to go for Hand Over Matter, but we don't need the influence. We need the damage. One more roll. Hopefully. Oh, there we go. Huh, not quite. I mean, we can do Skybound. I could change to the clouds. Let me see. But I would be spending 2 CP to do that, and I would only gain 1 CP back and deal 1 additional damage. Not really worth it. So we're going to stick with Skybound. Is there anything else I can do? I can get 4 6s. Again, I've got enough Skyward, so I don't need that. The influence, I'm at maximum momentum. So, man, Rogue's going to be really annoying when you are when you're playing against her, because that influence is you have to roll a die. Let me see here. Player afflicted with these tokens must roll 1 die at the start of their offensive roll phase per token. For every 1 to 3 rolled, they get 1 fewer roll attempt. Then remove all these tokens. So if they have 3 of them, they basically don't get a roll attempt. Yikes. But you'd have to be able to stack 3 in one turn, which her ultimate does. And I guess so does Influential too. Okay. Actually, I don't have enough for this one. I have enough for Skybound. So we're going to go with Skybound. He's just going to deal 1 back to us. So we'll gain 2 CP. Skyward, we're maxed out. We're going to deal 8 damage, but we're going to spend 1 momentum to have Jeff add 2 to that. And then we're going to spend a Ionic Energy to add 1 to that. So that becomes 10, 11 damage. So 1 there and down. He is down to 34. He hits us back for 1. Undefendable damage. Go to main phase 2. We've got 6 cards, so we're good there. And that's it. His roll. Oh, he gets 2 damage from the burn. How do you like it? Alright, so I guess the best thing to do is just kind of line the dice up and see what shows up. So we're not going to do Crushing Grass because we don't have a 6. So the next one is 2 slashes and the Spiky Swirls. So multi-strike melee, 9 damage. Oh, wait a minute. So 2 and 3 is going to get these tokens. All right, so we're just going to go underneath. So because we're not standing on any of them, and we don't have any on Rogue, we're not going to get this crit, which would inflict burn to us. So he's just going to attempt to do 9 damage to us. So, and it's defendable, so we've got 3 shield here. We're going to roll this, and we've got Skyward. I don't know why I rolled 5 dice. My defense is only 4 dice. All right. So I got 2 hands, which means I'll deal 1 damage. Normally you calculate everything and then you do the damage at the end, but there's not a lot of back and forth. They're not playing additional cards to counter stuff when we're playing missions, right? So I'm just kind of do them as I activate them so that I don't forget something. All right. Then we're going to spend this for Skyward. This is a roll off. We tied them, so that's going to prevent 4 incoming damage. And actually, I'm going to play Cloudy, spend 2 CP, which lets me double. Play this card after a Skyward token has been resolved to double its effect. I could actually play another Skyward too. So that's going to be blocking 8 damage of the 11. Of the 9, I'm sorry. So I only take 1. I don't even take 1. I was just going to knock out my shield. Alright, shield's gone. Alright, so make sure I did that. It was the middle one. Laser Strike. I wasn't on a crit space, so I didn't take the burn. It would have been 9 damage. My defense let me deal 1 damage back to him. And then I did Skyward. Okay, and then I doubled that for the 8 defense. And so the 1 attack that did get through took out my shield. All right. So now he's done. Crisis clock goes up. Roll a die. Heal 3 for each slash rolled. Oh, roll 1 die per hero. Okay. No slash, so no heal for you. All right. I'm up. I'm going to move down here to gain this 1 damage boost. Oh. I'd have to take damage to gain the ionic energy, and I took no damage. Okay. Gain 1 CP. Draw a card. We've got so much CP, we might as well. 1, 2, we can upgrade our SAS. So, noticing rogues, a lot of rogues upgrades give additional abilities, which is pretty cool. So she's got a lot, and almost all of them give influence. So she's really slowing people down from attacking her. That is wild. I guess that's because in the animated series, Rogue was pretty strong and durable. So I think that's kind of what they're implementing as the durability. You have less options to be able to attack her. She's also pretty quick because she's flying around and things like that. All right. That's that. Still in the main phase, either just dice manipulation. Let's go ahead and roll. Oh, look at that. I guess we might as well just keep it. Let's just keep it. We got 3 of a kind, so we'll gain a CP. That gives us 10. We gain a momentum, but then we're going to spend it to do Jeff. So that is going to be 6 damage, plus Jeff's 2, that's 8 damage. And I think that's all we'll do. So he's going to hit us back for 1, taking us down to 39. He's going to take 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He is down to 23 health. And I've got nothing to really... I mean, I guess I could have did Head in the Clouds and boosted that. But I can do that next time because I've already got Skyward. All right. And that's that. So it's going pretty quick. Okay. Still didn't get a 6, so he's not going to activate Crushing Grass. But he will do the Laser Strike again. First, it's going to be a 1 and a 4. So 1 gets this, and because I'm standing on this, I'm going to end up taking the burn, but I don't get to pick it up. So that's important to know. So he's going to deal 9 damage and inflict burn. He's going to attempt to deal 9 damage. I'm going to roll my 4 defensive dice. 4 dice for defense. Okay, pretty good. So I deal 1 damage back to him with the 2 hands. I will prevent 2 of the damage with the 2 flights. And then I'm going to activate Skyward and do this roll off. Oh, I am 1 less than him. I mean, I'm almost done, and none of this carries on to the next mission. I'm basically going to start over. So let's go ahead and spend the 2 CP. I mean, what am I really avoiding here? I'm just trying to make Skyward matter or do something since I failed the roll. We'll just let it go. All right, so he's attempting to do 9 to us. We dealt 1 back to him. We're going to prevent 2 of it, so we're going to take 7, which was actually good that we let that through because our ionic energy, our ionic drive will give us 2 because we took 7. So we got a 2 there, and then we get a burn. And then I forgot he takes 2 damage from his burn. Okay. So that is the end of his turn. Crisis clock goes up to this shield. Roll 1 per player. Gain a shield for each slash. All right. He's got 3 shield now. Okay. Top of the round, we move, which means he's going to do some more to us. So let's go here. So we collect the 2, and this sits on our board. So we at least gain 2 health, which means now we're going to take the crit of whatever ability he unleashes. We'll gain 1 CP, draw a card. Not this time. Awesome. We can block 6 damage. And then we'll probably do Head in the Clouds here to boost our damage. Because that'll give us Ionic Energy 2 plus this 2 plus that 1. That's a bonus 5. We're going to take 2 damage from the burn. So it just basically countered the space we jumped on. Let's see what we can do here. We did not get the Mind Over Matter. Grab those 2. Ooh. Do I have anything? I have Sail Wild. Change the value of any 1 die. So I can probably look at To the Clouds right, by keeping this 4, 5. We'll keep this one too. So I want to re-roll 2. No, just re-roll the 1. We did not get what we wanted, so let's spend 2 CP, go down to 9, and go ahead and do So Wild. Change the value of any 1 die. We'll change this to a 6. That'll give us To the Clouds. To the Clouds will give us 3 CP, taking us up to 12. We're going to gain a Skyward. We're going to activate Head in the Clouds for 2 CP. Take us down to 10. Gain another Skyward. Gain 2 Ionic Energy. With our 9 damage, we're going to add the 2 Ionics. That will be 13 plus the 1 is 14. Plus Jeff's 2 is 16 damage. And Jeff's will cost us 1 momentum. So 16 damage from 23, so there's 3 there, 13 left. 1, 2, 3, that takes him down to 17. That was a lot of damage. Very nice. It's down to 17. That 3 shield really helped. What am I forgetting here? Oh, we just picked this up, so we don't get that right now. All right, main phase 2, nothing I want to activate. Doc Ops turn. Okay, he's going to get Crushing Grasp now. Actually, timing is pretty good. So he's going to deal 11 damage, and because he's going to crit, that's +3, that's 14 damage headed our way. That is insane. That's a lot of damage. Okay. Can I manipulate any of those? Select one of your opponent's dice. No. So we at least got Skyward. So we're going to spend a Skyward to get a Skyward. Because they're instant actions. Okay. And then gain 1 ionic energy. Oh, he takes 2 from his burn. So we're going to do a roll off. Oops. We did better, so he's going to take 3 damage. So let's go ahead and do this. So he takes 3. 1, 2, 3. Takes him down to 12. We're going to spend 1 CP and say not this time to block 6 damage. So that means we'll take 8 damage. I don't know how many of these I can spend. I think I can keep spending them. Let's spend another one. I mean, he's almost down, so it's not like we're wasting him. No point in saving him. All right, we beat him on that again, so that's another 3. 1, 2, 3, taking him down to 9. And then we're going to spend the last one. And we beat him on that one, so he takes another 3. 1, 2, 3. He's down to 6. Jeez. That's brutal. And then he hits us for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are down to 24. All right, so now that he's attacked, we get this thing, which is remove 1 status effect token from yourself or gain 1 momentum. Yay, we'll get rid of the burn. All right. So that is him done. Move the crisis. Inflict Tangle, which means we have 1 less offensive roll. We're going to move. We're doing pretty good. I don't need the CP or the dodge. I also don't need the crit. So let's just stay there and hope he doesn't roll a 3. We're going to take him out right now anyways. So gain 1 CP, unless we like just fail miserably. Double up, draw 2. We also have triple up. So 6. Anything we do will pretty much take him out. Almost anything. That'll do it too. So that's 5 damage. Oh, he's got 6. Oh, we've got ionic energy. Actually, he hit us for 8, so he actually picked up a 2 as well. So we'll just do Brawl. Hit him for the 5 plus the 3. That's 8 damage. We have defeated Doctor Octopus. And that is 1 mission for Dice Throne missions. I hope I didn't mess up any of the rules. If you noticed I did, just drop them in the comments with a timestamp. I read all of them, I respond to all of them, and then I'll put notes in the video for other people to see it, and I'll adjust my gameplay for next time. So all of this is going to reset all our board, our characters. So Rogue basically took out Doctor Octopus, and then there's going to be something else going on in the city that she's going to have to tackle. So I'm just going to give you some quick thoughts on, again, differences between adventures. This is faster because we're not rolling 3 times. There's no defensive roll for the enemies. So we're just kind of boom, boom, boom. We get to the player turns much faster, right? And that's what you want to do, right? You want to roll and do your abilities. So it's definitely more streamlined. I feel like without the multiple rolls, the enemies activate less. but it looks like they were supplemented with more damage. So when we finally did hit Doctor Octopus's ability, it would have been multi-strike, 14 damage, and we started with 45, right? So you get hit with that twice, 3 times, you're almost dead, right? So we were threatened. Our health went up and down, getting these health tokens and things like that. So I think they did really good on that, streamlining it. I definitely like the rewards pickup much better than adventures. I did not like rolling that D20 to get gold or whatever that reward. It was like, because we got a lot of gold, and the gold is what gave us additional cards, which I will say is the difference, right? Dice Throne Adventures gives you all this loot and cool stuff. Um, So what I may do, if I homebrew it a little bit, is just replace Rosella's grid thing with these tokens, where you would just grab a token or something like that instead of rolling the die. Just kind of spread these tokens around the map, and as you go, you pick them up. So I guess I could put them in place of the chests. Unfortunately, there's not a token for the cards, but I guess I could use momentum. If you pick up momentum, depending on the value of the momentum, depends on the level of the card you can pick up. So just a quick thought there. That's something I might do. I think that's the only thing I really didn't like about Adventures was Rosella Market and rolling that D20 for the loot. So um, yeah, so I'm interested to see what the other missions kind of bring up. Again, this was just kind of the tutorial. Made it a little easier for me to show you guys how everything works without thinking about all the complexities of the enemy's abilities, as they will prevent us from doing this or that. As you can see, Rogue stacks up a lot of momentum, so I think going forward, we're really going to have to decide on, are we going to get rid of or exhaust one of our allies to get someone else that could help us out, further. I did like Jeff, though. That additional damage was pretty good. Other than that, um, I do like Rogue. I like her abilities. She seems to be just straight damage, and if there was an opponent, God help them. It's like an entangle, right? Entangle reduces the amount of rolls you get, but you just keep hitting them with that influence, and they just have less and less options when they're rolling. So that is it for Rogue, and Dice Throne missions number 1, facing Doctor Octopus. We will proceed with a level 2 mission next. There's a couple of those, so I'll randomly select one, and we'll go from there. So this is Wizard of Mo Games, signing off.